Varsity Club, welcome back to another classic. Look, let's be honest, game one was a hot mess. And if you weren't paying attention, we lost a turnover battle 5-2. That's a giant L, but we still got a dub. Now, we didn't land any new recruits going into week number 2, but Jason Barr from the Heisman perspective is still the top of the bar. Pun intended. And from a top 25 standpoint, things are looking good from our spot. You see Michigan, Notre Dame are both still at 1 and 2. Florida jumped from 5 to 3. Penn State goes and stays at 4, and Texas goes from 7 to 5, and we are going from 10 to 6. And obviously, as you know, Oklahoma, well, you may not have seen, Oklahoma goes from 3 to 9 because they lose to Florida in a very, very close game. So things are about to get spicy. And if you're wondering, by the way, for Oklahoma, Terrence Nesbitt is there, but he's not starting, but he's also not being redshirted this year, so that just feels really weird. Last week we had a rainy game and it did not work out in our favor from a turnover standpoint. This week I'm hoping we still get a W, but we can not turn the ball over more than once. Also, I just want to point out how incredibly clean this uniform combo looks. I mean, come on now. Oh no. Okay, everybody was covered. Okay, third down and a whole lot of yards. Not exactly how we wanted to start this drive off. You see Riley. Okay, we're trying to thread the needle too much. Punt it already. Northwestern is definitely one of those teams that we've struggled against from time to time. We're switching our defense up a little bit this week because we had a couple of issues here and there. We're going to make sure that Chris Bass is on the field pretty much the entirety this week. How our defense was sort of set up before, Bass didn't get a single play in the previous week, and that was sort of an oversight on our part. He is a talented young linebacker, and I want to make sure he's on the field just like the rest of our guys out there. Look at Josh Cole chasing him down. Though I fully expect to beat Northwestern today, they're still a tough team. We've struggled against them, especially in the first half in recent years, and I want to make sure that we come out today and just lock them up. Okay, they're getting at least one first down. First and 10, we got Bass coming off the edge here. Little adjustment by Northwestern's quarterback. They pick up our guys pretty quickly, and their running back gets about 6. How can I forget Chaz Booker? I hate him. I forgot what we let this man do against us last time. Not today. Low bringing a little bit of pressure. Cole and company trying to get there, and we stop that man short of the first down again, making it 3rd and 2. Big opportunity here. We're bringing some of our guys up for press coverage. Safety's still sitting up top. It's like I forms. They're probably coming up the middle. They end up going to the outside. Josh Cole's going to bring him down short. Let's see what they do here on 4th and 2. This could be interesting. Hey, look, they're going for it. Honestly, I don't blame them. Like, this is a tough option. You got to go for it, in my opinion. They go up the middle. We got guys there, and yo, are you kidding me? He stiff arms Ray Walden, and then off the edge, the big fella says, give me that. Okay, so offensively, we looked terrible in the first drive, but thanks to Mario Moses there, we've got the ball right back. Sending Robert Raw deep. Riley makes a quick little adjustment to him on the edge. Kind of like what we're doing here, but you know what? They're going to give Riley daylight. The man's going to take it. First down again. Barr ended up picking up a guy. I mean, we wanted to pass it, but again, there's daylight. Well, 1st and 10 action, 4 minutes left in the first. Get it to Barr's going to try to get to the edge. Barr's going to turn it up a little bit. He does get a good 6 yards. It's only Barr's 2nd run of the game. Riley drops back again. He's got his boy RJ Riley, who's going to say, excuse me, I'm in the red zone again. That's Riley's first completion of the day, and only thrown 2 passes offensively. The first time we were looking pretty inept. Riley back here again, wide open spaces. Terrence Williams, welcome to the starting lineup, young fella. The 5th receiver on the depth chart, looking good. Williams has some pretty big shoes to fill, obviously rocking 88, formerly Lonnie Downs' number a couple of seasons ago. Northwestern going to run. Josh Cole, though, says, I got a couple of wars under my belt. I'm chasing you down. And honestly, we're blitzing a lot. We're pressing a lot. Northwestern hasn't really shown us much in the passing game, so until they do, we're setting pressure. I talked about it in the beginning, but it was super important to get Chris Bass in the field. He already has 3 tackles and 1 sack. The young fellow's going to be, I think, very special for this team. He was a highly recruited freshman for us. I can't wait to see what he does. But we gave up a first down again. We're blitzing a lot right now with 2 minutes left in the first. We know they're passing a ton. We're blitzing as much as we humanly can. Put some prep. Who is guarding him? Who? Hemphill brings him down, but he's inside the 10. Who is guarding Chaz Booker? Coach Mervin McMurvin can't be happy right now. We got a dude named Chaz. Chaz, like he's... I just can't. It's like this man was born in 1991. Or 2007. Probably born in 07, okay? I'm born in 88, so I can't really say 91 because that wasn't that long ago. I mean, it was, but it wasn't.
But good game, bro. I was born in 2007.
Yeah, I hope your name's not Chaz. Hope your parents have more respect for you than that. Second and goal. Northwestern looking for the run. Ray Walton right there. Good tackle. Hey, Northwestern really has a chance to tie it right here. Ray Walton watching a little bit. Quarterback's running, but we coming for you, big fella. We coming for you. David Jones had a sack last week. He comes right back here early in the first quarter, gets another sack this week. Love to see how the defensive line is playing. A lot of you guys didn't really believe in the defensive line, man, but we got some dudes there, and we got even more of them coming in the offseason. One thing that's interesting is I really feel like the rain in the first 2 games has slowed this team down. Imagine what this team could do if we didn't have to worry about the rain. The speed we'd have. Like, I genuinely think that's slowing us down a little bit. So I'm hyped to see what we do when we actually have some. Oh, Jesus Christ. No! And so it begins. I'm gonna be honest. I think he was gonna jump that route. I was wrong. Oh, not a man named Chaz. They're preying on our downfall. They're preying on our downfall with a man named Chaz. I just imagine underneath that man's helmet is spiky, frosted tips hair. That makes everything significantly worse. It's kind of like that Randy Watson guy we played from a couple weeks ago. That was literally somebody's dad out there cooking us. Riley doing what he does best right now, which is run the football. Riley makes an adjustment here. Start of the second quarter. Need some positive news. Bro, can y'all block? No? Okay then. Tough opportunities that are happening all across the play right now. Got a guy open. Robert Roth. It's about time to get that man involved. First down again. Play action fake. We're leaning on that pretty heavily right now. Terrence Williams wide open, and the redshirt freshman drops it. Man, you hate to see that. He's wide open. You heard some footsteps, and he just dropped an easy one. He was going to be going for a couple of yards after that, too. 3rd and 4. We need something big. Or not big, just enough. Robert Roth, and they're going to say he's short. I think we got to go for it here. This is close enough. I believe our offensive line can get the job done. I'd love to tell you some really smart reason as to why we actually burned a timeout there, but I hit too many buttons and we accidentally punted. So here we are with the ball. 4th down. Barr is going to go forward. All 197 pounds of that man. I'm going to be honest. I felt like we were running in the wrong area, and somehow that man made that play happen. Gotta love it. Barr coming to play today. Riley sees pay dirt. He's running out here. He's got plenty of room. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. He's going to try to get in the end zone, and I believe he's out at the 2-yard line on that one. What a great run. Jason Barr actually in the goal line package. Coach Murphy McMurphy knows after last week when he had multiple touchdowns vultured, it's about time we let Barr get in the end zone. All right, so we had a miscommunication on the previous drive when they hit the ball. We let a dude named Chaz go deep. Not this time. This John Hall is back. He's a part-time player. I love John Hall when he makes interceptions. That's just heartbreaking. I mean, he had it. He was right there, but he couldn't make it done. But Matthew Fowler in the backfield for a loss of 3. Big play, playing the pass the whole way. They got a lot of yards to try to make up here. Obviously going to stay in man. Keeping these guys moving. We're doing more of a QB spy in this quarterback who throws one, and Hill is there. And if you put it in his area, you might not come home with it. Mr. Steal Your Girls, Mr. Steal Your Football, call him what you want. But he's taking it. The day Cascade Valley got Mike Hemphill was a day we'll love. When you see the new stadium, which is going to be in the next episode, there's probably going to be a spot for that man in the Ring of Honor. I can bet on that. Oh, Jesus Christ. I think it's also safe to bet that Robert Roth might have a concussion. Oh, Jason Barr might be taking some ankles. What a good run. About time. Barr looked great in that run. Picks up 20 big yards there, which is pretty much how many yards he had, I think, before that carry. He's right back at it again, looking to find some room. He's going to cut up for a little bit again. That's a solid gain of 5. Got a 4-point lead against Northwestern, a school known for journalism. They ain't known for football. What are we doing here? Let's get in the end zone, team. Tom Baker. Someone call a doctor, because this man's ill. I know. Great route by Baker. Great throw by Riley. Squad's feeling good again. Lowe's going to be doing a little QB spying here. That quarterback's been taken off a couple of times because he hasn't been able to get his guys open, but that time he finds 80 wide open. Getting a little press coverage going here. All the pressure we can put on Northwestern's wide receivers and quarterback. Oh, Jesus Christ. Mike Hemphill, are you okay? If there's one thing I know for certain, is that a dude named Chaz Booker with frosted tips for hair is going to be running with his head into a wall like 9 times out of 10. That dude is not afraid of anybody. He ain't afraid of anybody. Like if your name is Chaz Booker, that's the equivalent of naming your child Kyle, okay? They're gonna grow up to drink Monster Energy drinks and punch holes in walls and wear Affliction t-shirts and probably get in trouble a whole bunch. That's what you're doing for them, okay? You're setting them up for a life of weird stuff. So at halftime, it's on Coach Mervin McMurvin to send a scout over there and make sure there's no Monster Energy anywhere for Northwestern, okay? That man's stamina's gonna wear out ASAP. Big hit coming off the edge. You love to see it. Another sack right there for the defensive line. David Jones getting his second of the game. Second in a whole lot of yards right now. They've been running a lot on second down. They fake us a little bit here, and then their quarterback just says, you know what, I don't want to play football anymore. All right, we know it's a pass, 3rd and 17. They're going with the halfback screen action. We got multiple people there. Ben Oliver and company are ready to go, and they lose 3. I think what's crazy is they lost 3 yards in there, and their running back still averaging 25 yards per reception. In shambles. All right, let's see how good their kicker is. Hemphill's back there in case it's a short one. That one is off the goalpost, and it's not going to go in. So we are going to be in a really good spot now. We see Cincinnati is actually beating Ohio State bad, which is not good for us as we need more ranked opponents on our schedule, okay? Ohio State, what are you doing? Bar's ready to go. The offense is feeling rejuvenated. 21 points so far in the first half. Trying to make it 28 before this is all said and done. And Bar's going to go up the middle for 4. 50 yards already for Bar. Again, we'd love to see a little bit more, but it is what it is right now. Gonna put Jared Gold in motion. No safety help over there on the left-hand side. The safety does back up a little bit. Riley. No protection for that young man. 2 minutes left. 3rd and a whole lot of yards. Can we make something happen? Oh, no. We're just happy that wasn't a pick because we didn't see the other guy on the left-hand side. Blame the rain. What we need to do is force another turnover because offensively, we just have been really weird. I don't quite know how to put my finger on it, but we're hitting that quarterback hard. Josh Cole with a hard hit. 2nd and 10, QB all by himself, but he's looking a little gassed at the moment. Oh, yeah, Mark Mullen said, you ain't getting over here. You shall not pass. Call him Gandalf. 3rd and 14, we are going to send a blitz coming off here. Stephen Lowe trying to wreak a little havoc. Slight adjustment by the QB. Oh, they're going to waste some time because they're the worst type of human beings. I didn't even realize. You know what? It's fine. We only have 2 timeouts. I don't really want to waste one, and we waited too long anyways. Probably going to be a run here. We're just going to try to fill the middle. It's not. They go with a weird strat of running the clock down and then passing, and Hemphill's there, and it's off his fingers not once but twice. Doug Hall gets a deflection there as well. All right, well, the good news is they have to punt to Mike Hemphill with 58 seconds left. We have 2 timeouts, and honestly, we should have pretty good field position because they're kind of sort of deep in their own territory. This one's kicked to about, looks like the 30. Hemphill's going to try to return it a little bit. Not a ton of room for him. He gets about the 35. 49 seconds left. 2 timeouts. An explosive offense. I feel like we can get something done here. Riley unleashes when he's got a guy deep. But he just can't lead him enough. I love what we had here. The play developed. It's just we needed the blockers to hold this for a little bit longer. See what we got. Robert Roth running a beautiful route, and we're going to get him almost out of bounds, but it's still an 18-yard gain. Clock is going to run a little bit. We have 2 timeouts. We want to try to save him if we get a play off here quickly. Nice little dump off here to Barr. Barr's going to use his speed to try to get out to the edge. Barr's turning up, and how does he go from the middle to the edge just like that? That's a huge play because now we have the ball with 2 timeouts, 23 seconds, pretty much in field goal range for our guys. Riley sees Williams across the middle. He's going to hold on to that one. We're going to call our first time out with 18 seconds left. Love to see how this developed. Williams already had a pretty massive drop earlier that we were a little upset about, but he did a much better job there holding on to that rock. Got a guy open, and it's Riley going up top for that one. 7-yard touchdown. Riley to Riley. You already know that's going to be a problem. A little bit of a rocky start, but going into halftime, we got an 18-point lead. That's the Cascade Valley doing Cascade Valley things. Now we come out starting the second half on defense, and you know what? I don't mind that at all because I know our defense is chomping at the bit to get a big stop or force a turnover again. We're blitzing almost every single play and just trying to keep as much pressure as we can on that backfield and on the quarterback. Oh, they go right up the middle. We thought it was coming off the edge. We were completely wrong. Booker's done a really good job of just sort of finding gaps, being open as much as he can for his team, especially in the receiving game. But we are finally getting in the backfield a little bit to keep him at bay. But I mean, even with that play, the dude's averaging like 5.5 yards per carry. So how much really are we stopping him, I guess? Trying to stop him again. We got dudes there again, but look at Hall standing him up. Our defense has done a really good job against 3rd down conversions. They are 2 for 7, if I read that correctly. We're having some good stops, and look at John Hall, the part-time defensive player. He says, hold up, give me the Heisman. John Hall, I see you. Part-time player John Hall. The dude just found a way. I mean, he drops the easiest ones, but I mean, that one was kind of a cookie cutter one. He said, don't mind me, I'm gonna take that one to the house. He'll pass across middle behind their guy. Matthew Fowler brings down Charles after 6. That's the second interception we forced already on defense. Again, Hemphill had one earlier. John Hall somehow got that one. And this one's not going to be picked because it's Robinson burning Ray Walton. Trying to disguise it a little bit, but we want to make sure our guys are prepared so they can cover their guy. They throw over here. And it's Josh Cole. Are you kidding me? Cole, a defensive menace out there. One linebacker of the year last season. Said, hold up. I got more plays to pad on my resume. What a great grab. But I didn't even know we had that in him. Things are obviously going pretty great right now, but I got to make sure we keep our eye on the prize, and that's Jason Barr and his productivity. So we're making sure we give him an opportunity to carry the rock a couple more times here. Barr's been pretty impactful in the receiving game. He's got a solid running game so far, about 58 yards and counting, but we need more. Honestly, we need more. We've also managed his carries really well today. We haven't seen as much Sean Stewart. I think it's just been Barr's been really nifty out there. Despite that run going for nothing, he's been good. 1st and 10. Little dump off here. Sean Stewart, speak of the devil, comes in and picks up what looks to be about 7. Only 143 for the air so far for Riley. Obviously, he had the interception earlier in the game, but he's been pretty much flawless since then. Oh, Stewart got stood up big time there. We haven't actually converted a single 3rd down. Think about how many points we've scored with no 3rd down conversions. That's wild. So rather than risk a little bit of momentum going against us without getting a single 3rd down conversion, we're going to go ahead and kick the field goal and just deal with it. And oh my God, Cincinnati's only up 8 now against Ohio State. Come on, Ohio State. We need you to get that W so we can have a better record or better, I guess, strength of schedule when we beat you later on this season. Northwestern's quarterback is absolutely throwing. Their running back's been good. Their receivers haven't been bad. Their defense has been terrible, but their quarterback has just let them down so many times today with bad passes. I mean, they've had a couple of plays where they had solid drives, but he just ends up not making. Look at Lowe. Stephen Lowe pancakes a dude and says, let me get that sack real quick. Pause. Stephen Lowe looked good at defensive end. We might have to put him there maybe a time or two again. Oh, looks like a halfback screen. Cole is trying to get there, and he's right there fishing that one out. Defense has been so good outside of a play or two, which again builds on miscommunication. They've been electric today, and Charles was out of bounds at the 3. They're punting it again. This punt again puts us pretty deep, but it's sitting at about the 21-22 yard line. And it's time for Jason Barr to try to pop off. Barr looking for something, gets stood up hard, man. It's a tough 5 yards. Just waiting for a big run from Barr. We've seen a 20-yard run from him, but really that's the only thing we've seen that really gave us a glimmer of hope. This one's going to go up the middle for 4, and he's just shy of the mark. Again, not a single 3rd down conversion. 0 for 4 today. Let's see if we can make one actually work here. Barr surfing. Barr. Hey, we needed a big run, and he got one. That's about 15 to 20 there. Stewart comes in. Barr ran a lot there, so you know he's obviously going to be pretty gassed. Riley up the middle gets hit, but he picks up 3. Barr comes back in here. We're going to put RJ Riley in motion. Defensive end bites in that little fake. We pitch it out to RJ Riley, who needs a block. If Roth can turn around, Riley may be able to take it to the house. He's not. We could have pitched that one too if we were being crazy, but it wasn't worth the risk. So with RJ Riley's great run there, we're all the way down in a beautiful situation. Can we capitalize again and get in the end zone? Riley takes his time. Sees the guy underneath, and Terrence Williams, who turns up, fights for a couple of yards, and he picks 5 easy. Little 2nd and 5 action. 2 linebackers right in the middle. Looking for one to get blocked. They do. Barr breaks some ankles, and he's at the doorstep, and they say he's just shy of getting in the end zone. We won Jason Barr in the end zone. Again, this dude is up front running the Heisman. The first time we've ever entered a season with a guy being up for the Heisman. We got to get that man his touches and his touchdowns. We got another one right there. The way this team has just put up numbers, it's not just in the offense. The defense has put up some big plays that have either put us in the end zone or put us in scoring territory. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Now, Josh Cole does get burned a little bit by Johnson, but still, it's not too terrible. It feels like where we are now, we're just sort of fleshing out and building some really talented players to really come join this team. And if we get some of these linebackers, some of these defensive players we're looking at, this team is going to be strong for years to come, because we got dudes like Stephen Lowe, who's like a 78 overall, who is just overproducing. Ooh, don't love what we have here. We're going to bring Walton over. Walton is the guy that gets towards. We missed the tackle. You're kidding me. They got a guy running. That's Johnson, who burned Cole earlier. And we got no safety help, nobody on him. Northwestern gets a garbage time point. Now we got Thornton and company in. A lot of our backups are going to get an opportunity to play. With Barr really getting that last touchdown, it just makes sense to let some of the backups go in and get their time to shine. And honestly, with the history of injuries we've had at the quarterback position, I'm all about getting Cedric Thornton in there to have an opportunity to make some plays, because Lord knows we're going to need to make sure we have some backup there and that they're good. Thornton had a pretty good pass there. We're actually going to put Baker on a little bit of a curl route. Love what I'm seeing. Tom Baker hasn't had enough carries, or excuse me, enough opportunities to get a reception today, and he gets one there. Thornton's looking pretty good so far. He's got good speed. He's not as elusive, I would say, as we have in Cedric Riley, but he's still a very, very good quarterback. Seen a little bit of that speed here. Thornton taking off. This man is, I believe, 6'6", and he's using all of that speed and length to get 21 yards in the run. Stewart and Thornton in the backfield, going to the read option. It's been really good today. Look at Thornton. Look at him. Hey. He might be more of a natural runner than I think Riley is coming out of that sort of read option play, because the reads he was making there, that dude's gonna be something special one day. And I'm gonna be honest, like after seeing that run, that kind of makes me want to make some offensive packages where Thornton comes in maybe once, twice, 3 times a game, whatever it essentially is. We'll figure out the pace, but maybe he plays a couple of snaps a game, because we've seen he can throw it a little bit too. So if he comes in what looks like a wildcat formation, but he's also just passing the football, that makes things really, really tough for a defense to handle, because they don't know what's going to happen. That last play was Bobby Edwards getting in there for the sack. I mean, these dudes on the defensive line, they're having a field day. We're going to be reading off a lot of people at the end of the game who've made impacts there. What was that throw? Hey, they got to revoke that man's scholarship. Matthew Fowler's out here. I mean, let's not forget, Matthew Fowler was literally trying to transfer, and I was like, you come back here. We need you. And he showed it right there. Now, for some reason, our starters are back in, but we'll make sure they come right back out, because this is an absolute blowout, and I don't want to risk one of our guys getting hit from a late hit or a dirty hit or something of that nature. Second team offense and defense are 100% in right now. Thornton dropping back. Floats one over. That's the big Jeremy Willis is going to get 18. And also keep in mind that we're pretty thin at receiver. We only have about 5 or 6 guys there. So yes, you are going to see some of the starters that are ultimately in the game right now, but that's because, again, we don't have a ton of people that can really replace some of them. Thornton! Jesus Christ, he ran that dude over. I mean, he took a sack, but the dude ran a guy over. Big second and goal. Thornton felt a little pressure there. Comes right back. He's got a guy. It's Tom Baker in the end zone for a 6-yard touchdown reception. Love to see that. Normally I'd sim this, but we got some of our backups in to see what they can do. Actually, we have our defensive starters in too. What are they doing in? Okay, we'll get them out of here ASAP. All right, so now a lot of our backups are in, including PJ Bean. Got Isaiah Holman in there, Samson in here as well. See what some of these guys can do. I mean, ultimately we need to see what these guys can do, because if somebody goes down, we have a next man up mentality. These guys have got to show up. This one's thrown. Fowler is going to get his second pick of the game. He's playing safety now. We told you to come back for a reason, young fella. We promised you a big opportunity, and you're taking advantage of it right now. What a pick by Matthew Fowler. And for a Northwestern fan, well, it's just time to not ever watch them play football again. The fans are booing, and it's not booing us. It's booing their quarterback, as he's had a delightful experience today. Sean Stewart up the middle doesn't really go for much here. 2nd and 11. Thornton dropping back. He's got a guy deep. He's going to throw it, but he's got 82 throw accuracy, so you're going to see throws like that from time to time. But honestly, it's good to see that, because we need to see what he has to work on, his strengths and his weaknesses, because again, he could have an opportunity to play this year. We have to figure out what he can and cannot do. And look at Stewart finding a way to get that first down. If he does run into his own guy, that might have been a touchdown instead. Thornton has been good, 5 for 6, 65 yards and a touchdown. Good opportunities. He's taking advantage of it. Back to the play action. Big Jeremy Willis almost got that as he turns around behind him. We got a couple of our corners in. Fowler's in, Wade's in. Baker's still in here as well. Thornton, though, showing off the elite speed as he's out of bounds safely, and another first down. I don't remember the last time we had a 60 burger, but honestly, you know what? With our backups in like this, we're going for it. Thornton going back, and I don't know if that's a backup center or what that is or who it is, but they're not playing well. They're about to have their scholarship revoked. I mean, we're talking about the moment that man went to throw that football. I mean, the moment he hiked the football to him, he was immediately with pressure. Thornton again, taking advantage, using his legs. He's going to slide. He's going to be about 3rd and short. 3rd and inches. We're going with Sean Stewart up the middle. See what the young fella has. Jordan slides over. Stewart's got all the room in the world, and look, the touchdown vulture gets one of his own, but this time he was rightfully so. We'll take it. 65 points and counting, with the extra point going in, 66. After a poor showing last week, this becomes one of the most lopsided victories in Cascade Valley history. Barr had 104 in the ground, 30 in the air, 2 touchdowns. It was a quiet game for him, but he still dominated. Recapping the stats, Thornton came in and played, I think, really well. 5 for 7, 65 yards, a touchdown. Riley was 12 of 19, 148, 3 touchdowns and 1 pick. The pick early sucked, but after that, the dude was great. On the ground, Jason Barr again, 104 and 2 touchdowns. Riley at 61, Thornton 59. I think Thornton could be really fun in the the Wildcat package, so we'll explore that. Again, touchdowns by Thornton and by Stewart, with Riley also going for 37. We see Baker go for 46 with 2 touchdowns, Roth at 3 for 31, Williams at 44 with 1 touchdown, and a touchdown by RJ Riley again. Not enough volume in the receiving game, but again, we'll figure out and work on that. And then as we go over to the defensive side of the ball, Josh Cole balled out. 10 total tackles for him, 4 of those being for loss. Matthew Fowler had 5 tackles. You saw what he did out there in the air. We'll talk about it in a sec. Sack perspective, David Jones played well. 2 sacks. Stephen Lowe had 2 as well. 1 from the right end or the left end spot. We see Mark Mullins go for 1. We see Bobby Edwards go for 1. And Chris Bass, who finally got a start, goes for 1 as well. The interception wise, we had a lot. We see 2 by Matthew Fowler. We see 1 by Mike Hemphill, 1 by Josh Cole, and 1 by John Hall. And we cannot forget that one of those turnovers ended up being a touchdown. That was John Hall, the part-time defensive player, making a big-time play. Look, I loved how we did this week, and I think we'll be able to do more and do some great things really soon, but it's just a matter of figuring things out and making sure that we're playing like this on defense, even against the best opponents. But if we are, I'd hate to play us. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys in the next one.